My name is Olena Bech, and I'm a senior expert in human capital development at the European Training Foundation. And I'm leading the team which is working on the innovation in teaching and learning. And we always use the name Creating New Learning, or CNL. Under this team, we are developing. We actually studying the innovations in the ETF partner countries, which are 27 at the moment, and we are supporting them in developing teaching and learning innovation. The Creating New Learning, or CNL, also works on the development of innovation tools that support teachers in their everyday work, in their practice. And one of the tools that we would like to share with you is called Scaffold. So Scaffold is a deck of cards and a tool for teachers. Scaffold, every tool that we develop actually has a kind of name that people could remember and that would be clear. And by calling it Scaffold, we are trying to pass the message that it's the tool that helps teachers in supporting the gradual development of learning outcomes of their learners throughout their lives. The Scaffold card deck has 102 cards, and we have a box. It's a package of cards that has a small leaflet inside of it. It's like this. So inside we have 102 cards and plus a small guide. Additionally, online we have a full guide, and I will share the link additionally so that the teachers could read about the not only what is the methodology behind this tool, but also they can read more about the teaching and assessment methods that are used in the card deck. Overall, this card deck is designed in order to support the integrated learning outcomes approach, which teachers always have a task to develop in their students, but they never, not always have the possibility to know how to exactly do it in practical terms. So by developing Scaffold, we try to help the teachers to use the European competence frameworks, which are EntreComp, DigiComp, LifeComp, and GreenComp. And we are helping them to use the learning outcomes which are in the frameworks and integrate them into the normal learning process in cross-curricular, cross-subject area way, and integrate them in the normal pathway of learning. Also, the cards could be used not only in formal education, but also in non-formal learning, in training adults. It could be adapted also to training small kids. But normally, this is the card deck which supports teachers. It's not designed for giving it to the students or using it in the classroom. It's used by the teachers when they would like to prepare learning experiences which require integration of key competences into any subject area or any course. It could be developing, it could be helping to develop any learning experience from one lesson to the whole course. For example, the whole course that lasts 1 year. And Scaffold has different groups of cards. There are two sets of or subsets of cards which have horizontal layout. You see them at the bottom of the screen. They are different shades of gray color, and they are setting and planning cards. So we have 8 setting cards plus a cover. Every subset has a cover card. And we have 7 planning cards. The setting cards are used in order to set up the mind of the teachers into whom they are going to teach, what are the requirements, what are the needs of their learners, what is the overall duration, the resources that they have in their disposition, etc. The planning cards are numbered from 1 to 7 because they have to be used a step-by-step planning process to support this planning process. The teacher could put the cards on the desk in a horizontal surface or they can stick them to the wall, for example, using magnets. They can use sticker notes to design the specific details of the learning experience. So the planning cards are important because they set the mind of the teacher on which competences will be developed in their students, which level of learning outcomes could be applied. And for this, for example, the teachers could refer to the competence frameworks themselves, to, for example, to develop entrepreneurship learning outcomes, entrepreneurial competence learning outcomes. They would go to Entrecomp framework and select the level of learning outcomes, which corresponds the level of progression of their students. And also the teachers would be thinking of assessment methods and teaching methods, which are also examples of these methods are given on the cards and also in the special subset of cards. The main group of cards is the library. The library has 57 competence cards, and they comprise the competences that are part of the 4 frameworks that I mentioned before. So it's 21 cards for digital competence, it's 15 cards for Entrecomp, entrepreneurial competence, 9 for life comp, which is personal, social, and learning to learn competence, and the 12 cards for the green comp or sustainability competence. And each of the cards has different indexes. I can show you, for example, the cards for, let's say, Entrecom. I'm taking the card, the competence number, let's say, number 14, and it's the competence cards working with the others. All Entrecom cards are purple color. They have some visual design, and this design is ours. It's the cards are joint work between the European Training Foundation and the Joint Research Center of the Commission, JRC. So we had a group of experts and also graphical designers who developed the cards the way they look now. And so in the card, you have the index of the card in the right-hand side corner. This card will be E14. And then it has a very special part, which says good with. And this card particularly is good with D4, D5, D7, G11, L4, and L6, which means that this learning outcome from the entrepreneurial competence framework could be developed together with the digital competence number 4, digital competence number 5, digital competence number 7, green competence 11, and 2 life competences, which are 4 and 6. And also you have a small symbol here, which is a small cross, which corresponds to the transversal competence. And in this case, it would be just it's with teamwork transversal competence. So each card has underneath here the small description, the definition of the competence, what it is. And at the bottom, at the very bottom, it has the example of learning activity that could be used to develop this competence. Also, there is a small set of transversal competences. They are 7, and plus the cover card. And these transversal competences are the ones which belong to all frameworks. So they are transversal because in one way or another, they are part of every framework and they are present in all key competences of the EU. The main policy reference for the whole design of the cards is the EU communication on the key competences for lifelong learning, which was relaunched in the revised format in 2018. Now, I will show you briefly the teaching methods and the assessment methods subsets. So we included in the scaffold 7 assessment methods, which are the most appropriate for using with the integrated learning outcomes approach for development of key competences. And so we have 7 teaching methods and 7 assessment methods. Of course, there could be more. The whole variety of it, sky is the limit, how many teaching and assessment methods the teachers could use. but these are the ones which we wanted the teachers hint on how they can approach the assessment and teaching of the integrated learning outcomes approach. These teaching and assessment methods are described in detail in the full guide, which was launched just last Friday, Friday last week, on the website of the Joint Research Center, and I will share the link with the colleagues. So that would be it, and just to say that assessment methods could be used for mainly for the formative assessment purposes, but also they could be used for the entry assessment, for the exit assessment as a summative assessment method. Okay, at the end, you will see the different QR codes where you could find the ETF page with the scaffold information. Then you could read the user guide online. The small user guide, which we included in the package, is really short because we didn't have much space. So the first part of the user guide is explaining what scaffold is, the one which is in the box. And then by using the QR code, you could go online and read the details about how you could use the scaffold, something which I was telling you about, and something that you could learn more in detail from reading online. You can have a short animated video that you have the QR code, and you could also print the scaffold cards in grayscale format. So you will find the QR code at the end of this presentation. Okay, that would be it. Thank you very much.